Before we go any further, I don't want anyone to think that I hate Sony by any means. I actually don't. I'm enjoying my time with the PlayStation 5. It's definitely my favorite out of the two next generation consoles. But overall, this video is definitely more of a negative tone towards Sony, and I'm making this after I've actually recorded the video to put this at the beginning here. I just want to say this is in no way trying to hate on Sony. I am a big fan of what Sony's done, but they are also making some serious mistakes since they've gotten Jim Ryan in position where he's at. He seems to be making very stupid mistakes. He does not care about the backlog of Sony. He doesn't care about anything basically but money. And that's kind of where this all roots from here. It's sad to see the way that Sony is treating these indie developers and these smaller developers because they're not making as much money. You know, it's not their fault that their games don't sell 12 million copies. But they still matter. You see what I'm saying? Alright, now I'm going to let you all get into the video. I just wanted to preface it by that. Like I said, no hating. This isn't hate. I just wanted to make this before the actual video because I feel like I didn't do a good job conveying that in the video, and I just want to make that clear. Alright, anyways, there you go. Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, my friends, we're going to be talking about something that I did not mention in my previous videos regarding the whole controversy with Sony revolving around the backwards compatibility situation with them, you know, taking away people's rights to buy PSP, PS Vita, and PS3 games and giving them no alternative way to download these games on modern consoles or anything like that. The Vita is less than 10 years old and it's being taken away. It does kind of seem a little harsh, but there is something today I wanted to discuss that is kind of like connected to this, but also its own thing. And I know you guys like these videos based on the views I've been getting on them versus what I normally get on my videos. It's clear to me that you guys want more stuff like this, so I thought, you know what, I might as well just make another video about it. So to start out here, I'd like to say that Sony basically has been confirmed to have told bigger developers what they were going to do about this situation, third-party developers, and left all the indie developers that make these games that are very small and lower budget games, and left them all completely out in the dark and didn't tell them anything about it. Now, I think that this is actually a really, really rude thing to do, and I'm actually very disappointed that they would do something like this. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. What would be the benefit of alerting some developers and not others? Couldn't you just send one mass email to all the developers that develop for the console? I know that would be a lot to go through, but trust me, Sony has the people to be able to do it. It's not like they don't have the amount of people it would take to, you know, figure out all the developers who are still active. You know, obviously the ones that are no longer, you know, like a team anymore, then don't send an email to them, but all the active developers that are still making games, or you know what, don't send an email to any of the developers who have moved on from those consoles and are no longer making games for them. But if you know of indie developers who have just bought dev kits that are thousands of dollars and you didn't even decide to send them a message letting them know that, hey, this console is going to be irrelevant in like a couple months, so maybe you shouldn't buy this dev kit, maybe you should hold off on it, and maybe you should buy a PS5 dev kit, or if they're going to make that new version of the Vita that's been heavily rumored for years, maybe you should buy one of those dev kits, you know? Why would you allow them to buy this without then like giving them some sort of a refund or some way to get their money back? It just seems really rude, and it just shows that, again, Sony's only for the bigger companies like Capcom or Square Enix. You know, it just shows that they're more for those style developers, and they could care less about these smaller teams and these smaller group of people making, you know, games for these consoles that still do it, because the Vita, especially the Vita out of all three, has a completely very, very active fan base, being the most recent handheld Sony device. There's a lot of people, I actually know 2 people myself that still use their Vita all the time. Very, very sad to hear the news that the Vita is no longer going to be with us in order to buy games digitally. And the thing is that for all these years, this has been the only way to get these games, because the fact that, you know, they quit selling them in stores, and the console's less than 10 years old, so the pretty much only way to get these games was through the digital option, and Sony decided just to cut off everybody. And, you know, that was, I guess, somewhat acceptable on surface level, but then when you get deeper and you find out they were selling dev kits for thousands of dollars, and that they were not alerting these developers when they were buying, just mere months before they decided to alert everyone that they were getting rid of all this in like less than 4 months. Talking about the stores, it just seems like a really, really bad decision, and I'm honestly not happy with Sony about it. And in this video, I just wanted to say straight up that I think Sony definitely made a mistake, and I think that this was a really stupid thing to do. And you're going to be seeing a lot of your loyal developers, Sony, go move on to the Switch or go move on to Microsoft's consoles where they feel like they're at least welcomed. It seems like you're making them feel like they don't even have a place on your console. And I get that, you know, these smaller dev teams aren't going to sell 12 million copies when they drop their game. But under the same token, it's still nice to support them because they do matter too. And it's not nice to treat them like they're less than. And I think that that's very much so something that Sony's doing here, and they need to definitely stop. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Those are just my opinions on the whole situation. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop me a like, comment, maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Jimmy out of here.